Breathe, 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 guys. Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. So, we're gonna get started with a energy transmutation. We're gonna take I'm probably gonna put the timer on probably for like about a minute. We're gonna close our eyes if you choose to do so, and we're just gonna focus on our breathing. The intention for this energy transmutation is to get clarity as to why you may be feeling in the fog or with confusion. I'm going to be pulling out, four oracle cards. I'm just looking at my notes, guys, because this literally just came as I was doing like a ton of other work. We're going to look at the main energy, the issue, meaning, and this issue doesn't necessarily have to be something that somebody's doing or something that you're doing. This is more of a repetitive message or a message that has been coming through that you have been ignoring. Let's put it this way. We're going to pull out an advice card and then the outcome, right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to set the timer on for an hour. I was going to say an hour. Nobody's going to sit here for an hour with the energy transmutation. We're going to sit down for a minute and then we're going to get started, okay? So timer is going. Close your eyes and deep breath in and out. Alrighty, guys. So there's definitely this, what I was picking up, and it was actually really not a lot. It is all more, I picked up like a light tension, let's say, when it comes to the head, right? It's like some of you are over analyzing a situation or overthinking your next step. So there is definitely this needed focus to kind of sit with yourself, right? Because there's a lot, right? There's a lot going on. Let's put it this way. There's some type of awareness that you guys are coming into, right? That is allowing you to see where it is that you have been investing your energy, or at least this is what it's trying to come through, right? Where it is that you have been investing your energy, what it is that you have been investing your time in, and how that collaborates, with what it is that, let me just make sure this timer is off, and how it is that is kind of collaborating, let's put it in, with the current energies, right? There is, again, this need to kind of take a step back, and when you're feeling that overwhelming feeling, when you're feeling that sense like you're losing control, to take a moment and just refocus on your breath, guys. There is nothing, let's put it this way. I know that there is, within the spiritual community, let's put it this way, there is a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering, a lot of things like that. I want you guys to kind of focus your energy away from that, right? And focus within yourself, right? When we are in a space, let's put it this way, that we are constantly battling or constantly fighting or constantly trying to prove ourselves to others, it is because something in here is not right, right? So let me use this as an example, right? We'll post, this is like, this is who I am, and if you don't like it, so what? Or I'm going to post whatever I want. Or it's like kind of like this energy or this sense of having to explain yourself before you're actually doing something. No, 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 sweetie. You don't have to do that. You can just be yourself. Is kind of like because I feel that is where a lot of people are kind of like confused, right? Well, do I have to say that this is who I am and this is what I'm doing? Or do I have to explain myself? Like, if you want to post something on social media, just go ahead and post it. If you want to go ahead and do something, you want to go ahead and start doing reading, start looking into crystals, start reading this, start reading that, go ahead and do it. You don't owe anybody an explanation, right? When we get trapped in this energy or this sense, right, of wanting to compete with everyone else, that is when you lose focus, right, of what it is that you want for your life, one, and two, you lose yourself, right? Because then at this point, right, and I haven't even pulled out cards, guys, that's coming. But again, it's like when you lose yourself, right, what happens? You feel completely out of balance. You feel unaligned. You really don't know where to go, what to do. It's like the smallest little thing, the smallest little decision becomes this chaotic situation. And I did find what I was looking for the other day. And it says, live the life you imagine, right? I have to figure out where I'm going to put it, right? But there is this sense of like, okay, let's stop worrying about everyone, right? What everyone else is expecting from you, what everyone else wants from you, whatever everyone else needs from you, whatever. It's like, again, here we go with the stuff, feeling like I have stuff in my mouth. And we're not saying that, or I'm not saying that, let's put it this way, from a sense of being selfish to the point where we're not being sympathetic or empathetic to other people. But it's like the same sympathy, the same empathy that you're showing others, you have to show yourself, right? And that is going to show in everything that you do, right? That is going to show in how you live your life and how it is, what it is that you're choosing to do on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you want to live the life that you've always imagined, then what are you doing on a daily basis to get you to that point? Because again, a lot of this, wishing and hoping for things without putting any actual actions or anything practical into it is really going to keep you in the same place, right? So let's go ahead and see what is the main energy for the collective. Do not get sucked into other people's drama. Just saying. You have enough on your plate on your own. So there's no need for you to go ahead and do so. And especially if you are still having an issue with when it comes to discerning your energy versus other people's energy. Because if you're still at that stage or in that space, then things can spiral out of control in your own life. So there's definitely this sense of like, just be very careful what it is or who it is that you're choosing to invest in. And not just during this time, but that just goes, every single day, like, just as kind of like as a rule of thumb, right? Because there's a lot of people right now that, people are hurt, people are uncomfortable, people are unhappy, people are restrained. And again, with this whole thing that happened around the world with COVID and stuff like that, a lot of people were forced to spend time with themselves. And unfortunately, they realized that they didn't like it, right? They didn't like spending time with themselves. Because again, they were used to the outside stimulants, right? The people, the environment around them, right? So when it came time to be with themselves, they either got depressed, they got anxious or whatever, and now they're trying to, it's like they don't know how to deal with it because they're literally choosing not to deal with their own emotions or with whatever it is that is surfacing for them. So therefore, they're lashing out at everyone else. That's simple. So for the main energy, we have a win-win outcome is forecasted. Full moon in Libra. So again, your focus needs to be on what it is that you have been doing, right? What it is that you have been wanting, like what it is that you have been working towards, what it is that you're trying to accomplish, right? This can be anything from your own spiritual journey to, career-wise, finances, relationship, whether romantic, platonic, whatever it is, right? But there is this sense like everything is in alignment, right? Everything is in place. It is about you reaching out and going for it. It's about you allowing yourself to believe in yourself enough to go ahead and follow your dreams, to go ahead and go after what it is that you want to do. So what is the issue, or what is the repetitive message that has been coming for the collective that they have been ignoring, or just have not been able to see, hear, sense, feel, whatever you want to call it, clearly? Let's go ahead and see just one card for what is the issue. What is the message that has been coming through over and over again for the collective that has been ignored? Bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. There has to be this sense, and yes, in relationships, whether platonic or not, you have to have unconditional love, but you also have to have that love, that passion, yes, passion does play a part in it, but you have to love your life. You have to love yourself. You have to love what you're doing. You have to love every single part of yourself, even when you're in those tough spaces where you want to give up, where you just want, like, literally, you want the ground to open and swallow you, right? You have to be able to love yourself, love the situation enough in order to allow yourself to grow. Because the thing is that everything that is happening, right? Everything happens for a reason. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's so cliche. No, but it is the truth, right? Based on the choices that you make on a daily basis is going to determine what is going to happen next. So there's definitely this sense of, what is it that you imagine for your life? What do you, not what anyone else is imagining, not what anyone else is doing. What do you imagine for your life? What do you see yourself? If you could talk to somebody, right, and tell them what a day in your life, that dream, or that, the dream, your dream day, right? What would it look like, right? And allow yourself to ask that of the universe. And now, even if it's not manifested instantly, right, you're going to start getting the guidance, right, on how it is that you can achieve that. But if you cannot even say it, right, you don't believe in it enough, or you don't believe that it's possible, then this is where, when we talk about being stuck, whether in a fog and confusion or whatever it is, the indecision or whatever it is for you. So what is the advice? What is the advice for the collective? Hey, Butter, you want to get out of the room, baby? What is the advice for the collective? And I should not be yelling as much. That is your advice. Don't let your past hold you back. The South Node. A lot of people are still struggling, right, with what it is that they want to do, with where it is that they see their life, and what has been, right? And our minds, is a very powerful thing. And if we continue our thoughts to constantly go back to what didn't work, what we failed at, or whatever, however you want to call it, then that is the same energy or the same thing that you're continuously calling back into your present time. And it is what you're going to continue on manifesting. There has to be, and this can be, letting go of a person, letting go of your behavior when you were with a person, or letting go of your behavior towards how it was that you acted or behaved towards your family, towards your friends, whatever it is. There is this, needing to realize that you are not the same broken person, let's say. And I say broken, and I mean that in in a way of like, where when you weren't aware, right, that there was issues, when you were in that space where you wanted to blame everyone else for your issues instead of realizing that it was yours, right? Hey, Mercedes. So there is definitely this space of like, yo, take a chill pill, take a seat, and realize how much you have actually grown. Realize where it is that you actually are now, and go from there. Because you're not where you were, guys. Like, this is something that it's very easy to say, but when you're in those moments, right, in those challenging moments, it's very easy to regress. So there is this need, like, whether it is that you have to tell yourself every day, like, you have to do mantras, you have to do affirmations, whatever it is. Hey, Jocelyn. Oh, you call me. Whether it is that you have to do affirmations or whatever it is, do it. I mean, your future self, right? Your higher self is going to thank you for it. What is the outcome for this? I love all these cards. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Everything you need to be successful, everything you need to accomplish your dreams, your goals, is within you. The key is unlocking it, right? And my question to you is, what is it worth? What is it worth to you to live that life that you've always imagined? Because if you're still stuck, right, in the sense of, well, let's say, right, if you have an issue meditating, and I'm just throwing this out there, you're making 100 excuses to not meditate, right? Then getting to that life that you've always imagined is really not a priority in your life, right? If meditation, let's put it this way, is what you're being guided to do, right? If you're being guided to study something, if you're being guided to do something, to create something, to start a new hobby, to start a business, or whatever it is, and you're still finding excuses or making excuses, well, there's nothing, you can take 100 courses of how to be successful, successful. My words today. You can sit there and watch videos and watch people and all of this stuff, but until you don't take that first step forward, nothing is going to happen. This is your life. You are in control of your destiny. What's so fun? Oh, my twisting words, right, Jocelyn? You are in control of your destiny, right? You are in control of what it is that you are investing your time in. And, and it doesn't surprise me, because it's like, this has been the message basically all year, right? Hey, refocus. Hey, what is it that you want? Hey, ask. Hey, stop limiting yourself. Hey, you got this. Hey, you can do this. Hey, there is a ton of free information. There is a ton of people doing different type of things that you can, you can be a part of, and things like that. And the thing is there's never going to be a right time, right? It's never going to be a right time. You have to make the time. You have to choose what is priority for you. There's going to be sacrifices that are going to have to be made. There's always going to be sacrifices, whether you're successful or not. There's always going. Now, what I'm saying with that is, it's like, okay, if you want to start a business, right? Or you you want to go down a new career, right? And you're working full time, and the course you need to take is, you could take it in the evenings, but that's going to require your Saturdays, most of your Saturdays as well, right? Because you have to do 5 days plus Saturday in order to equal a full time, right? Well, then now you're thinking, well, I'm going to miss the parties. I'm going to miss the drinking. Well, then going down that path is really not a priority for you, because you're finding all the excuses in the world where you can sacrifice a year or 2 years, whatever it is for you, to go after what it is that you want. So there is a sense here. You need to not just ask of the universe what it is that you want, right? What is it that you want? Yes, you need to be clear on it, right? But are you willing to put in the work that is asked of you once things get started? What was it? I'm trying to remember. There was something that I read. And it was so funny when I read it too. I'll come back to me if I have to say it. Anyways, I always say this, and I say this a lot on Patreon when I write like the daily posts and things like that. Motivation, I can sit here and get somebody motivated. Sacrificing your sanity. Yeah, we all do that. When it comes to motivation, right? I can sit here, I can make a plan with you, I can motivate you till I'm red or blue in the face, whatever color you want to choose, green, yellow, purple. But that is only going to do so much for you. Unless that drive is coming from within you, right? Unless you know your why, unless your why is you, 95% of the time you're going to fail. Because if your why is coming from outside of you, that fire that you light is going to go off. Either one, because other people, if you're doing it for other people and they're not interested, you're going to quit. If you're doing it for one specific person and they don't approve of it, you're going to quit. If whatever it is, if it's outside of you, it's not going to work. We have to get to the point, right? We have to get to that point where we realize that if your destiny is in your hands, if you can choose what it is that you want for your life, if you can live the life that you imagine, then that's only because it's coming from within you, not from anyone else. Not from anyone else, guys. And there is kind of like this, how can I put it? There's a certain level that you reach at some point, right? That you start to realize, or you start to recognize, right, how insignificant, right, a lot of the things that you're spending your time worrying about is. Because if you're worrying about something, it hasn't happened, right? And one of the biggest things in life to live with is regrets. So ask yourself, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is there something that you're going to be regretting that you're not doing? And if the answer is yes, then get started. Get started. Time is going to happen. Whether, we talk about time being an illusion and this and this and that, but the years, the calendars, they still fly by, right? And then you're sitting there and you're just like looking at your life and you're like, damn, I should have done that. Damn, I should have done that. Damn. Because that's the thing, is like successful people or people that succeed in certain things, is not that they've never failed. It's just that they never quit. If you knock me down, I'm going to get up. If I get knocked out, I'm going to get up. And it starts to build this this confidence, this strength within yourself that you just keep on pushing, right? Now, with that, getting better, now, with that in mind, of course, you need to pay attention to your intuition, right? If you're getting knocked down sometimes, it's because your intuition is telling you, no, let's go down this road, right? But again, that comes from knowing yourself. That comes from being aware of who you are, right? And where it is that you're trying to go, or what it is that you're trying to do. And are the messages, right? Is the clarity coming to you, right? From within you? The same thing that is coming, let's say, from the 100 readers that you're watching on YouTube. And let's be honest, we've all done it. I'm not gonna lie. Before I started my channel, I would watch like 100 different readers till I got the reading that I wanted, right? So there is this sense of like, yes, you can look at others for advice, but at the end of the day, it's about you. The choices you make are going to go ahead and pave the way to your future, to what it is that you're going to manifest. And it's simple. It is that simple. It is hard to realize that, and it's hard to stay on top of things. A lot of people have a lot of issues when, especially like, when you're in that process, right, of your ascension, right, or first becoming aware, whatever it is, with the staying on track. There is this kind of like chaotic, beautiful energy. It's not beautiful at the moment, right? It's not beautiful at the moment when you're going through it. Personally, for me, that chaotic energy was chaotic. Like really chaotic. Like I was changing my house like every other day, right? But it was because something within me wanted to be birthed, right? Something within me wanted to be created, but I wasn't listening, right? I wasn't listening to my intuition. I was ignoring it. I was suppressing it, right? Because part of it scared me, right? Part of getting up here, doing videos, doing this, doing the readings, all of that. There was unresolved issues that I had at the time, right? So I invested my energy in other things, and everything else that I invested my energy that had nothing to do with what I was led to do failed, right? But it was failing because my intuition, right, my higher self was trying to redirect me to the path that I was meant to take. So you need to ask yourself, do you know what your path is, right? What are you meant to do? Let's put it this way, in this world. And if you're clear on that, then can you identify the things that are holding you back? Can you identify them? And I mean, I know that, a lot of people are always like, well, I want to get a reading, but I don't have the money. I want to get a reading, but all right. Where do you, and I'm asking this honestly, right? I know some people have different prices, whatever it is that they're guided to do, right? But my thing is, right, if you want to get a reading, right, from someone and you feel that they're too expensive, right? Let's put it this way. Do you know where your money is going? Like every single cent of it, right? Or are you spending money on unnecessary things, right? If you feel, let's put it this way, that taking a course or taking a class or joining something or getting a reading is what you're being pulled or asked to do, then trust me that you have the money. It is just you are investing it in something that you're not supposed to be. Just saying. I don't know why that had to come out, but it's this thing of like, stop making excuses, right? Stop making excuses and let's get started. Let's get things started, guys. Let's get things started. Because let's face it, we ain't getting any younger. We may look it. I'll be 34 soon, but we're definitely not, right? Young at heart, right? And that's the thing is like when you've gone through and you've grown through a lot of things, still have a lot more things to grow through, right? as always, it's part of the journey. You learn to literally love life just as it is, right? Because everything that happens either makes you stronger, and then I laugh at it, right? And I smile about it, like, well, this is preparing me for something better. This is giving me the strength, or teaching me the strength, teaching me the patience, teaching me something that I'm going to need for what it is that I've been asking for. So instead of looking at the challenges like, damn, fucking shit, fucked up again, I can't ever catch a break, what the fuck is going on? Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. You look at it like, huge manifestation coming through. Because if I'm in this challenge right now, it's because there's things that I need to pay attention to, that I need to clear, right? There's either patience that I need to learn, there's strength that I need to allow myself to have, to learn or to grow into, right? There's letting go that needs to happen, right? There, whatever it is, right? Whatever that challenge is happening, right? To help you be able to receive what it is that you have been asking for, what it is that you have been trying to manifest. And until that doesn't click, it's kind of like then you stay stuck in that energy of like, fuck. So if you would like me to go ahead and pull out, I can pull out 3 cards for each of you if you want me to. We are going to use just the Moonology cards. I'm not doing anything extensive, guys. So I'll pull a main energy card, an issue, and advice card. The outcome is going to be totally up to you if you take the advice. All right, Jocelyn. All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. I'm going to laugh, right? I'm going to laugh at you. Seriously. So your main energy, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. And I think we've talked about this before, Jocelyn. Let's take practical steps to what it is that you want, right? Whether in romantic relationships or just generally in just your life. You want to feel more at peace. You want to feel like you got it. You want to feel like you're in control of your life. Well, then what practical steps can you take, Jocelyn, to go ahead and feel that way? So let's go ahead and see, what is your issue energy? For those that are joining us now, I am choosing 3 cards. For those that would want it, just go ahead and put it in. So what is Jocelyn's issue? What is the message